Hello, everybody. Welcome to my car. Yeah, the weather's not particularly great at the moment. Apologies for that. Normally, I do these sort of introductions in a field where I'm just about ready to put the tent up and explain what's going to be going on. But unfortunately, as I've arrived, the weather's got worse. It's pouring down with rain right now, and it's not particularly great to be talking to a camera at the moment. It is the 19th of February right now as I'm recording this, and yesterday we had Storm Eunice coming through the United Kingdom with 90 to 100 miles an hour winds in some parts, and today we've just got the aftermath of that with the rain. It's pretty dire out there in some parts, although thankfully nowhere near as bad as yesterday. And if it was yesterday, I would not have come because it's just not worth putting your life at risk for going camping. So today I'm at the Conkers Camping and Caravanning Club site. I'm going to be doing my third wild camp practice. And the reason I have a wild camp practice is because I have a problem with my ankle. It is getting a lot better, actually. In the last couple of weeks, it's moved along a lot better. But unfortunately, at the moment, it's not the right weather for it, and it's still quite cold. We are in February as I'm recording this. I know you're watching this from March onwards. But yeah, until my ankle's probably a little bit better and then the weather's improved, then I will be doing my wild camping. I've already got a date in mind set for when I go wild camping, and I've also got a place where I want to do. But I'm going to keep my cards close to my chest on that one. And then once it's done, you'll know all about it right here on Buster's Boy Camping. So yes, this is going to be the first video of March when I go camping. And I asked you to vote for which particular tent you would like me to use. I gave you the options of the Van Gogh Banshee 200 Pro, the Van Gogh Banshee 300 Pro, and the Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2. Well, the voting closed at 1 p.m. It's now almost 2, so let's see what you voted for. I got my phone right here. And yeah, it is the Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2, which got 50%. I'll do a screenshot of that. So that's a screenshot done. I'll put that on screen now. 50% of you voted for the Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2, 25% of you voted for the Van Gogh Banshee 200 Pro, and obviously 25% of you voted for the Van Gogh Banshee 300 Pro. So, yes, it's the... Ooh, it is actually improving now. Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. Time to get a tent up. Now, everything in this wild camping I'm using in my 70-litre OEX rucksack, apart from the camera gear. That's something I've still got to work out yet. But, yeah. So I'm going to get this tent up before this weather decides to change its mind. So I shall see you once the tent's up. I've got to put my boots on as well because it's really mushy out there. It's not nice. Well, it's incredibly windy. The rain has eased off. The rain's eased off and that keeps coming and going. We've had a little bit of hail, a little bit of snow in that, and the wind is just horrendous. I was here a few weeks ago with the Van Gogh Banshee 300 Pro and the wind was really bad on that. Thankfully at the moment, touch wood, it's not quite as bad as that at the moment, but it's getting close. And I've been around, made sure all the pegs are there intact. A couple of them I've reset again. The ground is incredibly mushy. Literally, you walk on it and all what happens is water seeps out from under your boot. It is really bad, but we have had a lot of wet weather lately anyway, so that's to be expected. Yeah, the boot is literally just, yeah, you can see that. It's almost run off, it's so wet. So yeah, for this, see what I mean about that wind? Wow. So for this trip, I'm using the Nature Hike. Bear with me, if I'm a little bit distracted, it's this wind. I'm using the Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2, which you picked for me. You had the choice of the Van Gogh Banshee 200, the Van Gogh Banshee 300, or this, the Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2. All brilliant tents in their own right, some better than others in some respects. I was not expecting this wind. Those clouds are just zooming by at a horrendous rate. Say, we had Storm Eunice yesterday, and that way I would never have camped out, not in a million years. But this seems to be getting worse. So yeah, the Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2 that I'm in now, I like it because there's plenty of room in here for two people, or if like myself, you've got the Trekology UL 140 sleeping pad, which is quite a wide pad anyway, but it still gives me enough room to be able to sit in here and not in the mud. Oh, my lid's come off. So what gear am I using? I'll put that in here. I'm using the Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2, as I've just mentioned. Again, I'm so distracted with this wind, so apologies on that front. I'm using the Trekology UL 140 sleeping pad. Sleeping bags, it is February, it is cold. Now, if when I go away camping, wild camping for real, I will only be using one sleeping bag, and it will be in the summer months. I don't plan to go wild camping anywhere near the winter. But I'm using a Ultralight Pro 300 to sleep in, and that'll be fully zipped up. And then I'm using a Treklite Ultra 600. Both are mummy sleeping bags. Now, the Ultralight Pro 300, I will actually be sleeping in fully zipped up. And then the other sleeping bag, the Treklite Ultra, I can't the name, the names are so weird. They're both red as well, so that makes it even more confusing. The Treklite Ultra 600 will be zipped up at the feet in the box area, and I'll put my feet into that along with the other sleeping bag, which is fully zipped up. And hopefully that will stop it slipping off in the middle of the night, me waking up going, oh, I'm cold, wonder why. I've had the quilt, I used a Zaffabat Black 400 quilt, down quilt. Great, warm. Trouble is, you wake up halfway through the night, wonder why you're cold, and find it on the other side of the tent, going, really? Wow. So you want something that's going to be stuck to you like glue. With the second sleeping bag, which I admit is probably a little bit excessive, but I don't like the cold, will be zipped up at the foot end like a box. Put my feet into that, and then hopefully that won't slip off during the middle of the night. Pillow wise, I'm using, well, I think if you saw the last gear show, I think you'll recognise this. This is the Quechua foam pillow, which I mentioned in my last gear show. Absolutely love that pillow. It's a little bit on the bulky side to carry for wild camping, but you know what, I just don't care, I love it so much. Stove wise, that's the other main thing. Something I've realised in this wild camping practice is the fact that I've been using the Minimo, and I've been gravitated towards that because it's the most expensive stove I use. It's £140. It's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. Of course, I want to justify the cost of paying for that by using it more. However, I am so distracted with this wind. However, Wow. I don't know if this is gonna... However, I did buy the Jetboil Zip just basically for this channel, but I've never really used it until recently. When I was here last time with the Van Gogh Banshee 300 Pro, I used it and I absolutely loved it. And the reason why I brought it again is because the reason why I'm using the Minimo is because it has a regulated burner and it's got a piezo igniter. Oh great, but I don't really need it. I don't need to regulate the heat because all I am doing is boiling water. I use Wayfarer meals, and all that means is you put a bag into some boiling water, leave it for what, 8 to 10 minutes, job done. So I don't need to regulate the heat. I don't really need a piezo igniter because I've got matches, and the size is a little bit smaller. So for me personally at the moment, and it's not my favourite, both of them have got their uses. The Minimo, if I was going to be frying or anything like that, then that would definitely be better. Wow, wow. Then that would definitely be the better option. But at the moment, for what I need, the Jetboil Zip wins it for me. So I'm going to be having a little bite to eat whilst trying to make sure that this tent doesn't go over. And yeah, I'll talk to you more about that in the next episode of the Gear Show, which you can see on this channel on the 18th of March 2022 onwards. So be sure to look out for that. We'll be having a little bit more of an in-depth look at this particular kit. There we go. So I'm gonna have something to eat and just pray that this tent does not go down. I've not got high hopes for it at the moment. Yeah. Oh dear, what have I done? He had a little bit of catastrophe there because you could see all the steam that was going, and I was messing around with a time lapse over there, the sunset, and that's nearly on its end. And of course, you know, just having a little look around and didn't realise the fact that all that steam, there was no water. And this, yeah, singed it a little bit. So hopefully I haven't ruined the pan. So there you go, folks, just a little reminder to, oh yeah, hasn't actually, I think it's actually damaged pan. Ooh, don't know. Yeah, I'll have to inspect that a little later on, but I might have to use that scour after all. But there you go, folks, just goes to show, in fact, you've got to pay attention to it. Otherwise, you could end up with a little bit of an accident waiting to happen there. I might have ruined the pan. I was hungry there. I don't know if this food is like, it's probably not, how can I put this without trying to be
This is probably not the most tastiest food in the world, but when you're really hungry, oh my God, it's the best thing ever. I mean, it is very, very nice, don't get me wrong, but wow. I was so hungry. I'm gonna, now I've eaten, I'm going to sort of get ready for bed. I'm gonna have an early night tonight because I'd like to be up quite early in the morning. Hopefully we get a frost like we did last time. If you didn't see that video, then please feel free to check it out again. I'll put a card up here for you, but when I was here last time with the Van Gogh Banshee, oh wow, had a very windy day. Next morning woke up and it was just, oh, absolutely stunning. Right, my battery indicator is indicating to say I'm empty, so I'm gonna get cleared up and then I'm gonna get this bed ready for tonight, so I'll catch you later on. Hi, yeah, a little bit of an embarrassing part here. Right now, on this particular part of the video, I should have been in my tent talking to you about what I've learned about wild camping so far, my aspirations for the future, and I'm editing that video right now as I speak, and I've come across this clip where I was in the tent talking to you about these things and realised the audio quality is, have a listen for yourself. As well, been, you know, this camping lot for me, yeah, that's not good. And I use Adobe Premiere Pro, and when I've tried to boost that, sure enough, I've got the luxury of getting extra layers, and I'm not putting excess strain on my ankle, and I just want that to get better. So yeah, again, that's still not great, and unfortunately, I don't really want to put that out there. So apologies on that. I only found that out after I'd done it and when I'm editing today, and I'm really gutted about that. So yeah, I do apologise on that. So on this particular part of the video, I was talking to you about what I've learnt so far. There's been 2 videos previously, Wild Camping Practice 1, Wild Camping Practice number 2. And I was talking to you about everything I've learnt and how these trips to this campsite have actually improved my camping. And I've narrowed down a lot of the gear that I don't need. I have a Trekology Yeezy Go camping chair, which is an absolutely fantastic purchase. But I found out that on wild camps, I'm not really going to need it because I've done without it for the last 2 videos, the last 2 trips. So I've eliminated that, and that obviously means that there's less weight to carry to and from. Yes, it's a luxury, it's a nice thing to have, but if I can eliminate that weight, then it means I can walk further, I can be in much better shape, and with a dodgy ankle like mine, that makes the world of difference. So I'm learning a lot. The Jetboil Zip for me at the moment is a better option than the Jetboil Minimo, which is another stove that I've got. Both equally great in equal terms, but for me right now, I only need to boil water, I don't need to regulate the heat. So yeah, I'm learning a lot, and I'm really, really enjoying these wild camp practices. As I say, when the weather gets a little bit better, and it's still very windy, still very cold out here, hence the reason why I'm wearing a jacket, then yes, I'll be out there wild camping. I know where I'll be camping, wild camping, and I know when. As long as this ankle improves a little bit, that's the only thing. But it will be in the warmer months, because right now it's really cold and it means carrying more gear, and I don't really need that at the moment. I don't really want to carry extra layers with me, because that means more weight to carry and then more pain on that thing. There we go, so that was what I was meant to say. Apologies about the audio. I will try and make sure the fact that that little triangle is on the medium setting when using the 200D in future. Right, I'm going to let you get back to the video because, yeah, it's soon going to be morning. Well, good morning, everybody. It is still quite early. It's not even 6 o'clock yet. It is 9:53 in the morning, and it is about 8 degrees. And last time I spoke to you, it was, what, about 2 degrees? Very cold, but I got zipped in okay. Very, very warm. The only thing that was cold was my face. I did actually see one of my ski masks at home yesterday, and I thought, oh, I'll take that. I thought, nah, you're not going to need that. And lo and behold, yes, I did. As you can hear, the airport is busy. And it's also raining. I love the sound of rain, I tell you. Magical. Not particularly pleasant, though. So no, last night when I spoke to you, it was cold. Got in the sleeping bags fine. Had a really comfortable night's sleep. The Trekology UL 140, brilliant pad, super comfortable. Loved it. The 2 sleeping bags were perfectly fine on their own. I've literally just slept just like this, as you can see. Still wearing my socks and my base layers. So yeah, it's all been good. Didn't need the other sleeping bag, which is down here on the floor. That just didn't need to get used at all. But around about 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I heard the wind flapping. The tent was flapping, and I thought, oh, okay, here we go. And yeah, it's been windy all the way through. And then around about 10 to 6, it started to rain, and now, yeah, it's not going to be good. So the reason why I wanted to get up early is because I wanted to do a time lapse of the sunrise like I did last time. That was absolutely beautiful with the frost. But unfortunately, that's just not going to be the case because the rain's coming down. And yeah, I use an Insta360 1R for my time lapses. And unfortunately, I lost the battery compartment on the side, which means it's not waterproof. And I'm not going to risk it. It's not going to make a good sunrise anyway. All you're going to see is a white sky, cloud, and the wind's really strong as well. So folks, I'm afraid that this is going to be the end of this video because I can't really film myself putting the tent down. And all I'm going to do is just bundle it in the car. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to bother with the rucksack. I'm just going to bundle it all in the car, get it home and get it unpacked, because obviously the weather forecast is not good now. And then a little bit later on, we've actually got 60-mile-an-hour winds coming in. I've been scrolling through the old weather forecast, and yeah, 50 to 60-mile-an-hour winds is just not, well, it's not safe. Let's be honest, not safe. So yeah, I need to get all this packed away as quickly as possible off site. It's now 5 to 7 in the morning. I want to be off site by 7 o'clock. Get out of here because this weather is just not great at all for camping. But I'd say it is February. It's not June, July, August. What do you expect? And that's just how it goes sometimes. So unfortunately, folks, I'm going to leave it here. If you've liked this video and want to see more, please feel free to subscribe. They're not always as bad as this, and I do 2 videos a month. The first Friday of every month will be a camping video like this, where I'm out and about, where it's at a campsite, camping in my garden, or wild camping. And then the third Friday of every month will be the gear show, which this month will be on the Jetboil Zip. So stay tuned for that and click on the little bell icon to be notified of any future video releases. So yeah, I'm going to get this packed away as best I can, chuck it in the car, and away I go. It's not the way I wanted to end this video, but with these weather warnings, you just can't take them lightly, and I need to be respectful of that and Mother Nature. So thanks very much for watching. Sorry it had to come to an end like this, but hopefully next month will be better. Yeah. Okay, folks. See you. Well, would you believe I started getting the tent down, and halfway through that point where it's no return, the rain stopped. So as you can see, that's what I've been camping in. Yeah, not great. As I say, it's not really the best time of year for camping, let's be honest. I mean, where's the other tents? There's not many. You've got to be pretty dedicated. I don't like bigging myself up, but you've got to be pretty dedicated camping to come camping in the middle of February. But yeah, as you can see, I've left no trace. This is where the tent was, just a little bit of flat grass. I do like to emphasize this leave no trace thing, because I just think it's good habits that you continue. And even though I'm at a campsite, and that's still no excuse to leave litter. I don't know what that is. Looks like someone's bag, or probably from the wind. But yeah, it's good habits just to leave no trace and just be respectful of whoever owns the land, whether it be
a campsite like this, or in the middle of a field somewhere, just be respectful of the land. I'm sure 99.99% of you are, but there's always going to be that odd person that just thinks, it's only, what does it matter? And we can't be like that, because we come here to enjoy the great outdoors, and we want to leave it for the next person to enjoy just as much as we did when we first came along. So yeah, I do stick by that. So I just want to thank you very much for watching. Sorry I had to end like this, but with 50-60 mile an hour winds coming in, I just can't take the risk. So I hope you understand. I hope to see you again in the next one, and hopefully the next one will be less wet than this one. Yeah, there we go, just the way it goes sometimes.